Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones. I'm doing a video today as a follow-up from one I did a couple months back on urban gardening. This is a quick overview of what I have so far from that video. As I said before, I did corn, and here you go. Stand back. Those some of my ears of corn. Well, my corn stalks. Do have some ears going, which I'll show you in a few seconds. This one right here, I'm holding right in front of me, is actually one of my transplants. And this one stands, I'd say about 7 feet tall. I'm about 6'1", stands taller than me. I have another one right here. I'll show you how it looks down here. I have a lot of vines in the way, because what I decided to do was do something called Three Sisters, where Native Americans, where they would grow corn, bean, and squash. And I'll show you some of the beans I have growing. I have pole beans growing around my corn stalks. You see right here is a pod. Here's a ear of corn that's starting right now. You see the silk, and that's one of the things you gotta look out for when they do grow. Man, they latch onto anything that can support them. So I actually had to take apart a lot of these vines because they started choking up my corn leaves. Down here, this is a zucchini squash flower. You can see that, and it's still growing. You can see right there where it's moving out the way. But you see where it's growing from. And I decided to plant four of these zucchini plants between the rows. So I'm gonna try to move over here. You see there's another one. You can make up that root. There's another one right there. Now I had a lot more stalks than this. My biggest problem were termites. As you can see, my garden's walled in by railroad ties, and I think termites migrated from the ties and just, they ravage my plants. But it's okay. I still have some that are growing. What I think I'm going to do next year, God willing, I will get large Rubbermaid containers, and I'll just grow my corn plants from those, and just keep them suspended off the ground. And so it allows for drainage, but keeps termites from getting back from causing trouble. There's another in the pod from the pole beans, and the pole beans are real good. Like I said before, they reintroduce nitrogen back into the soil. So that's what corn needs. Corn needs a lot of nitrogen. Right here, this is a homestead tomato plant. It's taking a hit. I'm not that good with tomatoes, to be quite honest. This plant is still growing. If you have any tips to help this plant grow even further, I just took off a dead limb. I'm gonna throw that in the compost pile. There's another homestead tomato plant. Up there, I have a snap peas plant in a sub-irrigation planter, which means that there's water at the bottom, and there's a little wick that draws the water up towards the roots. And I have a few pea pods on that. You can see that. One plant I did notice started growing. I never seen a plant this before. I decided to let it grow until it got bigger to identify. If anyone can tell me what this is, it would be greatly appreciated. Right now it stands at around 4 feet, about 4 feet tall, 4.5 feet tall. Here's some snap peas plants, and it's kind of got in the way of my jalapeno plants. I have a jalapeno plant right here. You see it's making a flower there if you make it out. Sorry the quality of the camera is not that good. I'll try to improve that in the future. Take a look at something else I started experimenting with. Container plants. These are corn plants from May. I think it was May 2nd. I started off as seedlings, and all I just do is keep them watered, and keep fertilizing them. and they got them pretty tall. I mean, considering the fact that they're growing inside of a milk jug. This one has tassels already. I think it started getting tassels around maybe 2 weeks ago. This one's pretty big as well. You'd be amazed at what you can grow, inside a container the size of a milk jug, or even a container the size of a 20-ounce soda bottle. Show you something else I've done. This container right here, you can't see them, but they're actually maggots inside of it. I believe they came from the fruit flies. This originally was meant for vermicomposting with earthworms, but I think, I believe opossums got into the container and started eating the worms. But I've introduced a few more worms to it, and as of and some vegetables, but it got broken down pretty fast. So that's that. It's another pole bean plant. You can see it wormed its way around this wire structure. There's a little pole bean growing right there. Here I had snap peas, but aphids got to them, and I believe they're meant to be a cold weather plant. So I'm gonna try to replant those during the fall season. I'll show you some more stuff. These were pickling cucumbers. The flowers are still there, but as you can see, my plants are struggling. Like I said, some of these things are my first time growing, so if you got any tips, greatly appreciated. There's a corn plant, another one. It's growing inside the milk jug. Here's an Amish paste tomato plant. As you can see right there, I actually have 2 tomato plants growing. I've been growing this thing for a couple of months right now. I gotta do some pruning, obviously, but I'm happy to see them I actually got some tomatoes growing. This tomato plant had bigger plants inside of it. I think I remember which one it was. This is mortgage lifters tomato plants. But one day I noticed something that dug up inside my bucket. And I never found out what it was. It ruined the plants, so I had to take all the dead ones, and start all over. Right here is an example of improper feeding. I gave these jalapeno plants what's left of them too much not enough nitrogen, too much phosphorus and potash, and it quickly destroyed my plants. But strange enough, this long cayenne pepper plant right here, its roots have been, I guess its roots are giving out, but it's still drawing something from the soil. See that some of the peppers are still trying to grow right here. This one's already ripening. I want to turn into a curly fry. On this plant, I actually picked these from this plant just before I made this video a couple minutes ago. These are sweet banana peppers. I've actually got 5 from this plant. One I cut up to get the seeds out of. Another one fell. That's in my room right now. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna maybe cut these peppers up and eat what I can and save the seeds for next year. These are I use heirloom seeds for these. Actually, I bought them as seedlings, but they're grown from heirloom seeds. Here's another sweet banana pepper plant. This one is it's turning bright orange, so this plant's doing real good. There's another one right there that's growing. This one's pretty healthy. And right here are my long cayenne pepper plants. And I got these started as seedlings, and it took off. Happy to see that happen. Yeah, but yeah, also I have here some habanero pepper plants. These took a long time to mature and just to get this big. I think it took maybe a month and a half, 2 months. But yeah, that's my plant so far. God willing, I'll do a video down the road where I'll show you all I harvest from these plants. Hopefully more things will grow before summer's in. And I also plan to grow some more vegetables during the during the fall weather, get preparation for winter harvest. I guess, or rather, winter planting. I'm gonna try to do cabbage. Test my skill with that. But yep, these are my plants so far. I'm a big fan of growing corn, especially in the city. You wouldn't think to find corn growing in Columbia, South Carolina, but I'm doing it. But yep, that's my garden. I'm Edward Jones, and thank you for watching.